You are now tuned in to the motherfucking Ambition Hour podcast on Worth the Wait Radio. You ready?
5, 4.
Yo, and welcome to the Ambition Hour podcast. It's your girl, AuDii 3000, and this is episode 52! Wow, I am so excited because as you guys can hear, if you're listening to us on SoundCloud, Apple, Spotify, first of all, let's get that out of the way. Shout out to everybody who's listening to us on Spotify, on SoundCloud, on Google Podcasts. We're also on what do you call it? We're also we're growing on as a podcast, so I'm very excited. So thank you to everybody who's listening to us. If you're listening to us at work, if you're listening to us on the bus, if you're listening to us at the gym, wherever it is that you're listening to us, shout out to you. Thank you so much. If you're watching us on YouTube, thank you so much for tuning in. This is episode 52 of the Ambition Hour podcast. And if you tuned into last week's episode or have listened to any episode, thank you so much. And now, if this is your first time here, or if this is your more than first time here, and you're still not subscribed to the YouTube channel, please make sure to subscribe and join the WTW fam by hitting the subscribe button and hitting the notification bell on the side, so that way each and every single time that we drop a new song, a new video, and a new podcast, you get notified, as well as the other platforms that we have. Make sure that you're subscribed. And like I always love to promote is our website, which is WTW records.com, and there you're able to find all of the links to everything that's WTW based, the podcast, the projects that we have dropped, everything. So if you're watching us on YouTube, then you can see that I am not alone. If you're listening to us, you heard that I am not alone because it was a ruckus in here, and I'm so excited. So let me go ahead and introduce the special guest that we have this week by the name of T-Shep. So shout out to T-Shep. Everybody make some noise for T-Shep in the building. In the building. So guys, T-Shep is an artist from North Carolina, and so she's here in Miami, and she said, I gotta come to the Ambition Hour podcast. Shout out to Leo for setting this up.
Good vibes only. Shout out
yes.
to Good vibes only.
And I'm so excited because it's funny because I've interviewed and had other guests on the show, but I've always talked to them. But you had somebody, I like the first time we spoke was like today, and that to me was just awesome. I love that because. Is she your manager? You're her manager?
Management,
everything.
That.
She
assistant.
Yeah. She's everything. So shout out to her for setting this up. I'm so grateful because her energy was just amazing to the point that I was just like, I have to meet T-Shep.
Word.
So introduce yourself to the people, to the Ambition Hour podcast.
What's up, Ambition Air Podcast? I go by the name of T-Shep. It's my name, Tasha Shepherd. And also, it's an acronym to support, heal, and empower our people. That's my mission. That's what I do. That I feel like is the reason why I'm here and why I do music. And
so you're a DJ. You're a rapper.
Yes.
What else do you do?
Prints. I do all my own print. My T-shirts. All my CD duplications. Cut the middleman out. You know, I'm trying to be a completely independent artist. So, you know.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, I try to get it done, or somebody on the team get it done, you know. So.
For sure. That's something that we were connecting about earlier in our empowerment session that we had with everybody. Let me acknowledge everybody who's in the room, because I'm definitely not just with Havin Spitz. I have Brittany, AC, I have Leo, and then we also have Cooley in the building, and we have Jarrell, I'm sorry, Spitz. We have Spitz. That's what happens when you know the person. And we also have Hav on audio visual. Shout out to the boys for being here. Another motherfucking Saturday. This week we dropped a song. I'm not gonna say the full name because I won't. But what is the name of the song? Jarrell?
Oh, my bad. Hey, look, I'm spamming right now. It's out right now. It's called After Niggas.
All right, for sure. So is ask after. So it's after, and this is a song that just dropped on SoundCloud and on YouTube. So make sure that you guys head over to the WTW TV page or the WTW radio page on either SoundCloud, and then you'll be able to find the songs there. So something that we do, which is the WTW Saturdays, is something that, you know, we do each and every single Saturday, but I know that you do
T-Shep Tuesdays.
T-Shep Tuesdays.
Every Tuesday.
So tell me, what inspired that?
Actually, a couple of artists from my hometown, Greensboro Goat. Shout out to Raymel and K.O. Bracy. They both have they have Raymel Mondays, and he does, you know, his thing every Monday. He releases a track every Monday, and I thought that was pretty dope. I was like, yo, man, you know, somebody from the city, consistency, like, you know, I felt that. Then we got K.O. K.O. was doing his thing every Friday, dropping new tracks every Friday, and they was all dope. You know, every Friday, every Monday, I look forward to listening, you know, to the new tracks. So I was like, you know, T-Shep Tuesdays. Nobody doing anything on Tuesday. I mean, you know, let's, you know, T-Shep Tuesdays. And then I just had a couple of songs in the archive. I was like, I'm gonna drop something today, you know, get a little feedback.
Yeah, that was one of the things that attracted me to you as an artist, because when I saw the T-Shep Tuesdays, I'm like, oh, so, because here, like you're mentioning how people do that, you know, from where you're from, but from here in Miami at least, there's not really anybody else who's really doing that, who's dropping a song or, you know, a song or a video every single week like we are. Right. So that's pretty cool that you're starting that. So that, to me, I was just like, I have to have her on the show based on the fact of just that, because I think that's just so dope. Because I know it's not easy.
It's not.
How long have you been doing it?
I want to say this is maybe my 10th, coming up on my 10th week. Oh. So it was kind of like I wanted to do it like a New Year's thing. But I started, I mean, you know, they say if you have like, I don't really believe in the New Year's resolution type of thing. I'm like, yo, the idea just came, and I was like, I'm gonna do this New Year's. And then I thought about it. I was like, why wait? You know, so I had music to drop, and you know, I did, you know, I dropped the first. I think the first one I did like a remix to Flip De Niro's "Leave Me Alone." I think that was the first one.
Okay. So, oh yeah, he's from down here, isn't he?
Yeah,
he's Khaled's artist.
Yeah. So you know,
I saw him at the BET Hip Hop Awards, and people went
He
crazy.
was lit, and that inspired me. That inspired me. He was definitely lit. Like his stage presence, performance, all that was like.
So something that because my brother didn't hear this, so I want him to hear this. That you said that you opened up for Currency once.
I did. I want to say it was 2009. I think it was.
We saw him in 2010? Yeah. Something like that? Yeah.
Yeah, he came awesome. He was in Greensboro, North Carolina, real laid back, you know, down to earth cat. Like, respect.
That's dope.
Yeah, to him and the whole independent artist. Because he really inspired me about being independent, you know, so, yeah.
I feel like a lot of artists, I guess in this generation, they stem from that. Right. From that like generation of like, you know, like Wiz Khalifa and like Currency and just artists who are like even like Dom Kennedy or Big Crit,
right? With
you know, artists like that is just like they're just in like their own wave, but because they own everything, right? You know, they own their waves, so they're able to own everything else that it is that they're doing. Wave, exactly. Like, so I think that's just that's awesome, because that's something that we aspire to do here as well. You know what I mean? So I want to go deep into like your younger days. Okay. So we're the same age. I found that out, which I thought was amazing. I was like, yes, somebody my age, somebody that I can relate to about some things. So we're gonna get into that a little later. But I did want to like cause like for me, I started falling in love with hip hop. I would say like really falling in love when I was like 11. I heard of hip hop when I was probably like 6 or 5 years old. Okay. So when is it that you started like falling in love with hip hop?
I mean, I loved all music. Like, my family, like, everybody, like, great-grandparents, all that, they play instruments, so I would always see, like, guitars laying around, or, like, my grandmother, she had, like, a piano in her room, and I don't know, like, I just had, like, a niche for just music. Like, I would just bang on the piano. I thought I was doing something. But, you know, bang on the piano, make my own little music. Me and my brother, we'll rap over the piano beats. But my brother really inspired me. He listened to, like, rock music, like Nirvana, stuff like that. You know, and then my mom, she listened to hip-hop. So it was like, that. It was just always there.
Yeah. You know? I guess since I was raised in a household where Spanish music was more, like, you know, like, guys, we all know I'm Latina. Right. So I was raised with, you know, Spanish music in the house. Right. So it was just something that I just grew up listening to. So I really had to find hip hop on my own. Word. You know what I mean? So, but that's awesome that your brother listened to rock, because then that also gives an influence to you. Right. And to the music that you listen to and that you like. And what kind of songs would you say, like, so wait, what tapes? Remember
Cassette
the tapes,
tapes.
the cassette tapes.
Yeah.
Did you ever make like your own like little
Like mixtape
mixtapes?
type of thing. It would at that age when I was actually like when cassette tapes was like popping, I would probably be listening to like No Limit.
Hey.
A lot of Master P, a lot of Mystical. That was like my favorite. I want to do a track with him. Like I'm like now, but you know that's all. But yeah, yeah, like it would have been a lot of No Limit. I liked a lot of the down south music. I like the Big Timers. Yeah, stuff like that. I like Nas, but then I was a little too young to actually understand it. But you know, I kept it here and there because, like you said, I liked all music. But yeah, that would have been the playlist back then.
Yeah, when I was like around 11 or 12 years old, I was definitely listening to Mystical.
Yeah,
because Mystical was really popular around
Right.
that time when like tapes were like really popular.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Mystical, but well the Yin Yang Twins were a little later. Cause the thing with here is that you get a mix of both. You get a mix of like super New York,
Right.
like super New York rappers and like that influence, and then you also get the down south,
Right.
and like all that stuff. Tell me, how is it? Were you born and raised in North Carolina?
Yeah,
Can you tell me about how that is?
Same way. It's the same way. Like, but I didn't really get into it because like I didn't understand like the up north hip hop, like the Nas and the Wu Tang and like some of the concepts they was rapping about. Then I really didn't get it. You know, but like it was stuff my brother was listening to, so I was like, you know, like I said, I kept them to the side,
You
and
knew
then
what
once
it
I
was,
started
at least.
listening, like now, like not now, but like you know, in teen age, you know, early teens and stuff like that, I started getting it, and I was like, yo,
They really spent some
yeah,
shit.
yeah, like
They must have been onto something.
Yeah, so you know, and it's timeless music, you know, and
sure.
And again, back to like with how they pretty much distribute the music, it's the same way. Like we get a mixture of everything.
Yeah.
Like, up north, we get the West Coast music. We get a mixture of everything. They play YG. They play everything on the radio from YG to Jadakiss to you know. So it's a mixture. We get a little bit of everything. So.
That's awesome. So tell me about how you started DJing.
My uncle, which is he goes by T-Shep as well, but I'm the real T-Shep. Shout out to my uncle. But he
heard it
DJs.
first.
Yeah. He DJs, and I thought, man, every time I went to his house, I saw his equipment and stuff. I thought it was pretty cool. I was like, yo, you know, teach me, you know. So he showed me like the beginning stages of, you know, just pretty much, and I just kind of caught on because like I'm like into music. Like I played in a band, all that. So
What'd you play?
You know, I played the flute.
You played the flute? Unleash the flute.
I played the flute. I played a couple other instruments like trombone, cymbals. I didn't make it all. I didn't make the drum line. Nothing like that. But yeah, yeah, man, my uncle, he inspired me, and he taught me like the basics of everything, and then from there I just kind of learned it, and I pretty much like self-taught a little bit. Like they had a couple of workshops in my hometown. Popular DJ from the radio station, he did like the workshop, and I would go to stuff like that. So
That's awesome. Is that how you started like getting to meet people more in the industry?
yeah, well, I actually worked in a music store when I was like 15. I started working in there.
Music guys,
Like
if you don't know what a music store is
like,
you know where you can go and buy CDs.
Yeah,
they don't know about that
like,
no
that's
more.
Ancient history.
That shit is in your phone at 12 o'clock when that shit drops.
Yeah, like that. But I actually made a lot of connections there. Like Bow Wow came and ran my register. This is when they bought artists into stores and did like walkthroughs and stuff.
I remember
like
that.
So like I actually
was
had
fun.
like access to like these people, like these people that are actually booking these artists. So I got a lot of connections there, but I didn't keep a lot of them. Of course, I was 15. I'm 30. You know what I'm saying? So,
damn.
but the people that I did build the relationships with, I pretty much still work with those people to this day. So,
Correction, you're 29.
I'm 29. I'll be 30 in a few months.
Correction, 29.
Yeah. We out here. We out
so
here.
this week, J. Cole dropped a song, Middle Child. Has everybody gotten a chance to hear the song? No? No?
I feel so
Are you a
ashamed
J.
to
Cole
say.
fan?
I am. That's why I feel. That's why I kind of whispered it. Like I'll listen to it like as soon as we I feel bad. Like,
don't feel bad.
Don't ask me.
Don't feel bad. I actually did a poll on my personal Instagram page, which is AuDii Ambition, to see like, you know, what people were thinking about the track. So we got 24 votes. So shout out to everybody who voted. That means that at least 24 people had listened to this song, and I got 20 votes for that the song was fire and 4 that it was trash. Yeah, so I think that's a pretty good that's a wild 4. And it's funny because I can see who said no or who said that it was trash, so then I know like, I know how you really feel. To me, at least for the people who are in the room, I guess they can talk about it like just like from the back. But for me, like listening to the song, I heard it twice. I like J. Cole. Just sometimes I just feel like he's just not like my biggest cup of tea, I guess you can say. Are people gonna come after me now?
Nah, I mean, I'm a fan. I mean, he's not for everybody.
Yeah. But yeah, and then like later on, I found out that he like was like dissing Kanye or something like that, or like there, and it's to me it's just interesting because like now there's 2 songs that have dropped that like are like causing controversy, and that's something I don't like. Why y'all gotta drop music that gotta cause controversy? Like,
sales. I mean, I don't.
I know you don't do that at all because I've listened to your songs and they're very positive. Like, and you talk about becoming a better woman. You talk about like becoming a better person, like just a better person in general. And I think that that's amazing. And I think we need more artists like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Because especially like just seeing like that, like we have people who are in really high positions and they're not really setting
like
an example.
Using the position.
Yeah, they're not using
necessarily using it, but you know.
Yeah, because I feel like if you have that type of platform, like use it for good. Use it to empower. Use it to, you know, awaken the minds of, you know, the younger generation and kind of like show them like, hey, like you can be a good person, without do music and having to you know yourself. But the song is good. A lot of people liked it. There were some people saying the whole thing about, because I guess like he uses like auto tune or whatnot. That how he's trying to like kind of like stay relevant or what. I mean, at the end of the day, you do have to stay relevant, you know. But J. Cole is J. Cole, so shout out to J. Cole. Right. I also wanted to announce that DMX is out of jail. I was just really happy that DMX was out of jail because to me, like, I don't really like when a lot of artists are in jail because I don't know. I just feel like once an artist goes to jail, it just looks bad for the culture. Right. And then like there's like, oh, those rappers are always going to jail. They're doing what they already like expect us to do. Like, yeah, and it's just like, but we're not really doing anything. Like, I mean, sometimes they are, but yeah, I'm just really happy that he's out of jail. There was a picture of him with his family, so that's really good. Just having a legend that's out of, you know, out of the, what is it, the confinement? No, it's another word. In the system. There you go. Did I say that? Okay. Yeah, in the system. I don't know if you said it, but I heard it. I heard it somewhere. So something else that I saw this week was this, like, Meek Mill is doing like this reform thing with Jay-Z. That's dope. Yeah. Are you a Meek Mill fan?
I am. After this last album, he definitely gained a lot of my respect.
Yeah, he got me. Yeah. I'm really fucking with the album. So the fact that he's using his platform to kind of do that, and then he's bringing in Jay-Z, which is one of the biggest rappers like ever.
The support is real. Like,
the support is real.
I rock with it. And I respect him getting, getting that song with Drake and reconciling with him. Like, I respect that. Like, that shows growth, you know what I'm saying? So,
as a person, right? Yeah. So. And that's something that is good for the younger generation to see.
Right,
not just even the younger generation, like our generation, like me and you, we need to see that.
A lot of people our age follow, what they seeing,
exactly
being portrayed.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I mean that was an example for everybody. Like, forgive y'all. Like, we only live once. We don't live long. Like, let's live. Be happy. Love.
For real. So you're turning 30 this year. I'm turning 30 this year. So has it hit you like that they say the 30-year-old blues?
I don't get no blues. Nah, I'm good. I'm happy. I mean, I definitely don't look it. I don't feel it. So I don't know how you're supposed to feel at 30, but I mean, I feel like I have hella energy. So,
and you know why? You know why? Because you're living in your purpose.
Right.
So once you're living in your purpose, and once you're doing exactly what you want to do, like age don't matter.
Right.
The new year don't matter. The new year don't matter. The new month, the new week, that don't matter.
30.
Yeah, exactly. For me, like, my best friend was talking to me about, because today's her birthday. Shout out to Stephanie. It's my sister's birthday. She's turning 30. So she wasn't telling me that like she was really sad about it, but
she low-key had the blues.
Yeah, she has some type of feeling about it. And then I'm like, damn, And so a lot of the times what happens is that we're so hard on ourselves.
Right.
Because at a certain age, I'm pretty sure you thought at 30 years old.
Expectations.
Yeah, you have some, and that's like the worst thing.
But you just, I mean, like, I feel like just like with the music thing, like, I mean, I've been doing music for a very long time, and a lot of people feel like, man, you should be signed, or you know what I mean. But I just look at it like my time is coming. Like, if it's for me, it's my destiny.
Yeah.
It does not matter how long it takes to get there. Like, it's going to be there. It's really what we're doing. We're taking the routes, and we're giving ourselves detours and all this other nonsense. It's us. But once we find that tunnel and get to it, get that tunnel vision, it's still gonna be there. Like, I don't feel any need to rush. I don't feel any need to cheat my way through it. I don't feel any need to sell myself short. You know what I mean? I know what I'm worth, and I know, where I'm supposed to be. So, I can't, just
you heard that? Yeah. She knows her worth.
Yeah,
and that's the thing, like, we all have to know our worth, because at the end of the day, like, I was gonna say something, and then I just got so lost in what you were saying that I done forgot. So it might have to come back to me. But it's so important for everybody, not just like, she's an artist, she's a DJ, she is who she is. I have the podcast and everything, but we're really not any different than anybody who is watching or who is listening, because at the end of the day, what we're just doing is we're just living in our purpose. So all that I always ask for you guys is to do the same, is to live in your purpose, is to live in the positivity that you need to have in your life, because once you live a positive life, it's so much easier for you to be happier in whatever it is that you're doing. If what you love to do is be a nurse, then you go ahead and do that. As long as you're living in your purpose, then it doesn't matter. And as long as you know your worth, because knowing your worth is so important. Right. And that's something that needs to be talked about more, a lot more,
because we almost taught to beat ourselves up, just like about the age thing. Like, exactly. We're almost taught that.
Like we're taught to, like, oh man, you're 30, like you don't have kids, you ain't married, and it's just like, who says that I have to be?
right. Like, where is this? Like,
I want to know who is out here setting these rules, because I'm gonna have to talk to them, to their manager, to like, I'm see what's really good.
Right. I'm doing my thing. Those rules don't apply to me.
Yeah, I see. It was funny because I was talking to my coworker the other day, and she was just, because I love kids, and so she's like, oh, so how old are you, and this and that, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm 29, and she's like, you don't have any kids yet, and I'm like, oh no, not yet. She's like, listen, do not feel pressured to have kids. She's just like, it is okay. I was like, I'm pressured. Right. I'm not pressured. You want to know pressure? Pressure is having to do a podcast and make sure it drops every Saturday.
Right, yeah. You
don't know my pressure.
You don't know me. Like, that's the last of my pressure.
Exactly, like a baby. But yeah, that's just some real, that's something that's just real, because we are kind of like, from when we're young, we're taught like, oh, you're supposed to get married and then have kids,
like
and then
the American dream,
like the American dream. Is just like, yeah, but that's not my dream.
Right.
My dream is rapping, and or like DJing, or even like Leo with her marketing, and she's going to school, and we have a dancer in the room, and rappers, and like it's just awesome.
Yeah. Like, if y'all don't feel this vibe right now, watching or listening, come on, man, you have no heart. Like,
I'm telling you, because we had the empowerment session earlier, so we're just like on a whole nother high.
We trying to give y'all this inspiration right now, this ambition hour right here.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So something that I have been asking some of the guests is, what would you give your 17-year-old self? Like, what advice would you give your 17-year-old self?
What advice?
Yes.
I would have just follow your dream. Then I would have said that then, because I spent so much time like going to school and, you know, undecided and just doing stuff because other people thought that was fit for me. I spent a lot of time, you know, not happy, you know, just, you know, kind of going with the flow when I knew in my heart what I wanted to do. So yeah, just follow your dream, kid.
I love that.
Yeah.
So now I feel like we're just connecting even more, because I felt what you just said right now, as far as like doing stuff, like just going through the motions, kind of.
Right.
And I kind of want to like dig into that right now.
Okay.
So what was really going on through your mind when like you were doing what you knew like, you weren't supposed to be doing?
I mean, it's a suffocating. It's almost suffocating to the soul. You know what I'm saying? Because like you here you are, and you're just, you know what I'm saying, you're living what somebody else is doing. Like, we don't realize, like, I mean, there's nothing wrong with 9 to 5s, because some people, that's what they want to do, you know what I mean? But like, we don't realize when we're going to these jobs, and for the most part people don't like the jobs that they're at, you know, just to make ends meet, and we're working on somebody else's dream. You know what I'm saying? Like, we basically getting them rich. We basically, you know, the dream that they had, that they took one step and, you know, and built to get to where they are, we're just building on to that. And a lot of people don't realize, like, especially with me being an independent artist and still working a job, when I get off my job, I go home and I work on my dream, or not necessarily my dream, but I go home and work on my plan. And you know, just as hard as I, you know, work, you know, just as hard as I work on my job, and I work damn hard on my job, you know what I'm saying? So like, you know, I put that same, you know, energy into that, because when I was like 17 working, well, I mean, I was working at a music store, so I can't even say at 17 I wasn't really somewhat in my somewhat still, you know, somewhat in my purpose. And, you know, but I mean, I knew I wanted to pursue my music. Like, I didn't want to just be in that music store. And shout out to Jerome. He was the owner of that store. Like,
shout out to Jerome.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't nothing, you know, I ain't talking about that job then, because that was probably my favorite job, you know. But, yeah, like, I just, it's suffocating. Like, and to know that you have the talent. Like, when you know what I'm saying? When you, it's not nothing cocky, but you spit a bar to somebody and they be like, yo, and you get that response every time. Like, you know you hot. And then you hear, like, you know what I'm saying? And, you know what I'm saying?
Not doing it.
Right, like it's almost
going through
like,
the motions,
right,
like, bruh.
Yeah, like, it's
that's
like, you know, and you got
too.
somebody constantly telling you, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this, because this is what people your age are doing, or this is what, you know, this is where you're supposed to be, or this is what I want you to do. Nah, like, you know, once you get out of that, you just like, nah, like, I don't want to do that. Like,
I'm like,
I want to follow my dream.
Whoever is watching, you need to you might have to get a pen out, because because I don't know. I just feel like right now I just feel like there's gonna be something that like I feel somebody needs to hear this. There have been times in my life where I have felt so suffocated. Mm-hmm. Like, there was a time where I was hosting events, right? They had nothing to do with music, but I was hosting these events. I was told what to say. I had no cards on what to say. I was they would use my voice to speak, like, on, because they would do disclaimers, like loudspeakers. Yeah, like on the over the loudspeakers, and then I would hear my voice, and then I remember like going through these motions and doing these things, and then being like, yo, this isn't what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, not like at that moment, like, I just knew, like, okay, me being on stage, like, I could be hosting my own hip-hop event. Right. I would always feel that. Mm-hmm. And it was just like how you said, it was suffocating. Right. It suffocated me to the point where I got to the point where I didn't even know who I was. Like, I would look at myself and I'd be like, who are you? Right. Like, you don't even listen to music anymore. Like, music videos you don't listen to. Like, who are you? Like, you really become consumed into what other people want you to be and how they want you to be perceived, and to not act a certain way, or to not listen to some type of music.
And that's how they mold you, and that's how you get old.
If you've ever wondered why people get old, you know, it's also awesome that you also work like a daytime job, because I do as well. I work 8:30 to 5. I never shy away from that on the Ambition Hour podcast. And your girl yesterday stayed almost until like 6, almost like 6 something. I got home almost like at 7 o'clock from work. You know what I mean? Like working my ass off.
Right.
And you know, like just like you, like I make sure like I'm tired, but guess what? With these eyes half closed and open, sometimes I'm gonna get some. I drink myself, make myself a little tea. You know, do a little session, and then you know get back onto the grind because I can't stop because no one's gonna do it for me. I can't go to work at my job and then like be at home chilling, expecting my dream, like my plan to come true if I ain't working on it. So I feel that as well. And then there's some. I know there's somebody who is watching this who is working a job. And who is like, man, I want to rap. I want to start my podcast. I want to dance. I want to, I want to sing.
You can do it.
And you can do it. And it's funny because it's like, I'm pertaining it to music, but it can be anything else as well. Like if you want to pursue something else, like you should be able to do that as well. And just have that ambition. So an artist that I've been talking about, last week, did I talk about him? Well, this is artist named Boogie. I'm sorry. I'm asking you like you were here. But yeah, so I was listening to this artist called Boogie. He's from Compton, California. And I discovered him from this freestyle that he did on Sway in the Morning and fell in love with just the instrumental that he used. So his album dropped yesterday. And I just want to say that album is amazing. And that everybody has to go listen to it. It dropped yesterday, so make sure that you guys go check it out. I know his Instagram is w.s.boogie, and the album is called Everything's for Sale. So this guy, right, he's hilarious. So I found out about him from somebody's story. They had posted the freestyle, so I went and checked the freestyle. I'm like, yeah, when somebody posts music or a freestyle on their story, I'm clicking and I'm watching it because I love it. So I go to the freestyle, and then I see him later on somebody's story. Like they cut, you know how like right now, you know how we were doing the video, and then like let's say you weren't ready. He said it. He's just like, oh, I wasn't ready. And so that I was like, oh, he has charm. He has charm. Let me see what else he's about. And then so I go onto his Instagram, and he does these like super funny videos promoting his album.
Oh, word. Okay.
So and it's because it's like everything is for sale. So he has like a car thing, and then he had one that he was like in a church, and he was like selling those church packages. And then they'll be like, oh, Pastor Boogie cured my something, or it's just the funniest thing ever. Like it is so funny. So when I heard that his album was dropping, I was like, I gotta get on this album, and then I listened to it like this promo. It's been on repeat. And I'm not getting paid for this. Boogie has yet to repost any of the shit that I post. So.
Man, Boogie, come on, repost it.
Come on, Boogie, man. Get your girl repost.
She about to get you another sale, man.
I don't know. That album is just pretty dope. I fucking loved it. Also this week, Future got a $50 million deal with Apple. Spitz, my correspondent, Spitty. Can you please elaborate real quick on I don't know, you don't got a mic, but do you know about the deal?
Well, he signs his deals through Apple now.
Okay.
Exclusively.
Okay.
So all of his albums, so that's another, probably like 3 albums that he has to drop through exclusively on Apple Music.
So instead of like a record company. Yeah. Only through Apple.
So he owned all this shit. Like he owns it.
Oh, so he cut the middleman because usually you would have to go through a record company.
Apple, you trying to drop these albums?
Shout out to Drake for that though.
Yeah.
Drake started that.
Yeah.
Drake started that.
Yeah.
Man, Big Soulja started that shit.
Drake didn't start that. Oh my goodness. Yo, so we grew up on Soulja Boy.
Yeah. You gotta love him, man. I mean, who wasn't doing the Soulja Boy? Like, come on, y'all don't. Come on.
I mean, I was in high school when that shit came out, and every pep rally,
we was doing it.
We was doing it.
You can't.
Who don't know
You can't deny him. You can't deny him. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Come on, who don't know
Even
that?
the kids.
They do it at weddings.
in the dress.
You know, like it's real out here. It's so to me that's just funny that that's going on.
Yeah, I salute. I gotta respect him.
No, that's the thing.
Yeah,
like I respect him so much that it's just like I don't even care what these outlets are saying because I just respect him so much as an artist, and it's just like, and then the headband even has like a personality. The headband might have an Instagram for all we know.
Yeah, you definitely.
I'm sorry. I just imagine like a real Instagram with like a headband
talking. Like,
oh, see, you took it to the next level. All right, because I can keep going. Oh, you're performing at Miami Live tonight.
Yes.
I'm so excited, jealous.
Yes. I will be at Miami Live.
I'm super. Oh, wait, bruh. It really do got an Instagram though. Hav just passed me his phone, and it's called Soldier Underhead Headband underhead underscore. I read and spoke. I am. Bro, this just says somebody go and get the raid roach raid, and the roach has a head. Bro, the internet is undefeated.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Shout out to Howard for that. This is why I pay him the big bucks. He doesn't get paid. He will. So you're performing at Miami Live tonight. I'm super excited about that. I'm excited for you because you're going to be in there with DJ Killer K, the hottest DJ in Miami. He's been on the show. He was on episode 40.
That was dope.
You're right. I mean, K ain't ready. But I'm really excited that you're performing. You've performed before. Yeah. But it's your first time performing in Miami.
Yeah.
Tell me, are you nervous, excited? Are you like, you was born for this though?
Yeah,
so
I was born for this. Like, it's that stage is waiting on me. Like, yeah, I'm excited. I'm definitely excited, man. I'm ready to network. Like, I'm ready to see, the different talents from. I know it's gonna be a lot of people from like everywhere. So, like, I'm ready to, catch this vibe. I'm ready.
A lot of artists that have been on the show, I actually met through Miami Live. Shout out to It's Only One Way. Shout out to Hot Wheels. Shout out to Boss Bay Records with a Z. Shout out to Ace. Shout out to Killer K was on as well. Who else have we had from Miami Live? I'm looking at my poster now. I think that's about it. Cause then there's some other artists that I've just met. Like I met this really good artist at King of Diamonds.
Okay.
To me, like I'm that person that just goes to the performances to support, because obviously I'm supporting the boys, but I'm like I become a fan of somebody. Right. Like it's guaranteed that like the guy that I saw him one time. I saw him perform one time, and he is stuck with me. I've had him on the show 2 times. That's how obsessed I am with him. Shout out to Trees. Okay, so you're performing tonight. And you guys drove from North Carolina here.
We burnt that highway down.
So not only does she have like her own assistant to like communicate, but she also like made it known that it was just like, okay, you got to go to Ambition Hour podcast, and you also have to go to Miami Live. Yeah. So tell me how you met Leo.
I met Leo. She was marketing.
Doing her job, minding her business.
It was just like became like this real business, like, like it was always support, like, from jump, it was always support. So, it like she ended up working like with me like really closely, and just grown and did hella shows, traveled like literally around the United States. And it's been lit.
You've met MC Light. How was that?
Yes, I met MC Light. She gotta get her on the podcast.
Shit.
Yeah, like she's really down to earth. She gave us some jewels. Like she actually wrote a book as well. Well, it's like she doesn't necessarily rap anymore. Mm-hmm. But she still writes, of course, and she wrote a book, and it's got like her like different poems that she's wrote, but they're all like inspirational. They're all, what I mean, like it's she's
an amazing person. I love her.
She definitely like the ambition, and then she had the the coach that came and talked to everybody about the finances and everything. So them together as a team.
Oh my God, I love that.
Yeah, like it was definitely empowering. And I mean, of course, it was dope to meet MC Light. I mean, I'm a female in hip hop.
Yeah, female hip hop.
Yeah, that was dope.
What female artists do you look up to?
My favorite artist growing up was the Brat.
Hey.
Like, I literally thought I was like the Brat Junior out here. Like, I wanted to get my
With
hair
braids
like her, but she rapped fast, and I was just like, yo, this is crazy. Like, that one rapper you hear, you get excited. But yeah, like I admire the rap style as well. So it was just like,
oh my God, yeah. Because you said that, and I automatically like just went to a verse of hers in my head.
Yeah,
and I'm like, all right,
right, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like that Chicago thing, like with Twister. And
my,
Brad.
There's I'm happy that you said that because I wanted to speak about this. So for those of you who don't know who Twista is an artist from Chicago,
right? And
he raps fast as fuck, like super fast.
Really,
but
fast.
You know what's crazy? You understand him more than you do these mumble rappers. There, I said it.
That's real. That's so real. Like I can't. Who's gonna argue with that?
There you go. I've been dying to say that. Like I thought about it one of the days at work. I was listening to slow jams, and then I'm like, bro, I understand everything that he said. Maybe it's because I also know the song, but I even that, like I understood every single word that he said. Like, and then there's times that I hear some people, and then I'm like,
wait, what? Run that back.
Even if you run it back, you can run it back. Read the lyric. You're like, they ain't say that. There's no way they said that.
Yeah, that didn't come out right.
That didn't come out right. That's so funny. Oh, so do you watch football? Not really. Are they like, because you guys have the Panthers in North Carolina, but I don't know nothing about football. I don't watch it. We do have our NFL correspondent in the building, Spitz. Spitz is our everything correspondent.
The correspondent.
He says sometimes it's only him. it's him and Hav. So it's like, but so the Super Bowl is coming up. There has been a lot of controversy behind it, obviously. Right. Hip hop has a really big foot in this Super Bowl. As a person who is in hip hop, let's put to the side the Super Bowl and like the what's going on with that, and let's just put it's the Super Bowl and then hip hop is being incorporated. You as a person who is part of the hip hop community, how do you feel about that?
I mean, I don't watch football, so that says a lot. I mean, it's just I don't think it's not a mix. I mean, nah, I ain't with it.
So you don't think?
And that's even aside from the,
Yeah, no, we're putting that
politics.
to the side. Yeah, we're putting that to the side.
It's just because I mean, you gotta think, like, has it always been a part of, like, have they always pushed to get hip hop artists on the halftime shows? Has that, you know what I'm saying? Like, why is that the wave now? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Well, we know why.
Yeah, I mean, I see that, but I mean, I ain't with it. Like,
Yeah, to me, the reason why I ask is because I really have mixed feelings about it.
Right.
Because number one, I don't watch football. Everybody who watches the podcast knows that I really don't watch football. I don't really care for it just because it's just not something that I watch. Right. You know what I mean? Right. There's nothing against it. But like, yeah, putting aside the politics, I'm like being really like careful because I got Spitz in the building who really loves football. So I'm like, it's not even like the watchers or the listeners. It's just like my dog.
Let's compare to basketball.
I love basketball.
And we look at the history of hip hop, and for the most part, in the Bronx, New York, you know what I'm saying, they outside with the stereos on the basketball court. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's, I mean, when I DJ, like, I'm like the home DJ for basketball teams. Like, so that's predominantly hip hop.
Yeah, and then like rappers want to be, ballers, and ballers want to be rappers.
Right, like how many basketball players do we know that rap? How many football players do we know that rap?
I see. I see where you're coming from.
But that's just a comparison.
No, definitely. That's the comparison. And then going back to the whole thing with the artists. For me, Travis Scott performing, I thought was awesome. Right. Even them getting Big Boy to perform. Even though I would prefer Outkast to perform, like both, right, like y'all could keep Travis. Can I get Big Boy? Like, because I don't watch football, but I am a halftime watcher.
Right.
Because you know Beyonce's perform halftime. Yeah,
Bowl, you know,
the halftime. Yeah, like you won't watch the game, but you'll watch.
I'm probably gonna eat some nachos.
Hold up, Leo. Let me find out that you're also a Beyonce fan. Because if you're part of the Beehive,
I did security for her concert.
you did security, like on purpose, or like you was just working. So you got to see it.
Yes, I got to see the concert.
Oh my God. You understand how much I regret not going to On the Run 2? So much. Like, we might talk, like, I don't know how many times I talk about it on this episode because I'm just so, who went? Because I feel like somebody went now. Nobody? All right. But yeah, I'm part of the Beehive as well. But yeah, so like, I'm a really big halftime watcher. Like well, except when the artist is somebody that I don't really care for, but you know,
like, whatever.
But that's really the only time. So like I remember like last year, they had Justin Timberlake, which I thought was awesome because I was an NSYNC fan. You know, before my hip hop days, I loved the boy bands.
I was
right. I already like it was just like it was because
that was what was popping.
Because that shit was popping.
Yeah. I think
and then if you think
they fit,
and if you listen to some of the songs that they have, it's like real R&B.
Yeah, like the boy band thing. I mean, a couple of them don't really fit, but for the most part, they belong in the culture, I believe.
I believe it as well. So yeah, so Justin Timberlake performed last year, so I watched that. So I'll watch it, and I'm honestly watching it for Big Boy. Travis, I know, is an awesome performer, but I haven't seen Big Boy perform in I don't know how long. I don't know. To me, it's just like what makes sense. And then we also have like Gladys Knight singing the national anthem.
That's like a show right there. Like, I get it.
But she about to take us to church.
We're gonna run through a lot of emotions on this Super Bowl.
You can feel it.
Yeah.
I'm really
Big Boy.
I'm really excited about that. So, but I do agree with the point that you made about that it doesn't really make sense.
I mean, I don't know too many like semi-pro football teams that have like halftime shows with rappers, but I can like I've like witness basketball events that have the halftime rapper or the halftime dancer.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And it's usually hip hop dance. So,
but you know what else is what is interesting as well is that to me, I see it as like, okay, it doesn't fit, but I also see it as just like as the hip hop culture is just growing so much that it's not even just hip hop, it's just pop, it's popular, and then to them it's just like it's not even like, oh well, this year for the halftime show we need to get rappers.
But see, then we have to argue what is hip hop and what is
That's very
rap.
true.
Then we have to So
yeah,
if you're talking about the culture, then you said it.
Yeah,
that's pop. It's a difference between hip hop.
But it's pop in the sense that it's just popular because to that like and like even there's artists like Drake who are pop.
Right.
But they're also considered, they're part of the culture. Like
right.
there's no way that we can take them out just because they're also considered pop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I like to embrace that because if you look at the charts and then you see the all time, like I also love looking at the charts. Like that's one of my favorite things to look at, like on the charts, is to like see the numbers and I see, okay, all right, so this person is number one and this is like all across all genres.
Right.
And if you look at the top, it's all hip hop songs. It's like Drake.
Right. Yeah.
You get an Ariana Grande in there sometimes,
Yeah.
Bruh, she doesn't get out of the top. She's usually top 5. But yeah, you have like, but the majority of them are like hip hop songs. Right. So that kind of also just puts it into perspective as well. That it's just like, all right, it's not that we never wanted the rappers before. It's just like, we just can't.
Is that wave chasing though? Like,
is that what?
Is that wave chasing? I mean,
but don't you want people to chase your wave?
I mean,
or not chase it, follow it.
But like because I don't want them to follow it on those terms. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Like, I want genuine
No, for sure.
I don't want a fan base. I want like genuine followers. Like people don't listen to me just because they're listening to
what's pop.
That song was lit. Like I don't want you to just be lit. Like I want you to listen to what I'm saying. Like you know what I mean? Like
you're saying a lot.
Yeah. So I mean, I think and. Arguably, this is the difference between hip hop and rap. Because they ain't booking no lyrical artists.
They're not.
They ain't book J. Cole. I mean, they.
Well,
Big Boy is considered
J. Cole's
lyrical,
with Cap,
but he's been on both sides of the fence, and of course he's been on when like he's been far on both sides of the fence with the Hey Ya and that wasn't even Big Boi. That was
Andre.
So that would have been Outkast. Well, I don't know,
But that
man.
I like to.
Well, yeah. His set, like his set can go either way.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
So, I mean,
perform sorry, Miss Jackson though. I'm sorry.
yeah.
Kryptonite though.
Whoa.
Yeah, he ain't gonna perform that.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna perform that. He ain't gonna do that.
We should start a bet.
Yeah, I'll bet. I ain't gonna bet on the game, but I'll bet on that. I'll bet on that. He's not gonna do that.
He's not. But yeah, that's so true because they wouldn't get somebody like you said, like J. Cole on there because
J. Cole's
then
Kaepernick, so they can't.
yeah, no, that okay, but we're
now
putting
you get into the politics.
but yeah,
of
but
it,
we're
so
putting
we can't-
let's
No,
put
I'm
that
saying they're
to
the same person. Like Kaepernick.
no for sure,
Oh
but
my
like putting that to the side, they wouldn't get him.
right.
You know what I mean? Because they're gonna get somebody who J. Cole has a really nice. I really like your shoes. Sorry. J. Cole has a really big following, and it's a very loyal following.
Right, but it's not fans.
It's
He doesn't-
not.
I mean, he has fans, but you know.
Yeah, it's not. It's not. Travis Scott. I don't know. Travis Scott is like on a whole different wave. That he's just like in his own world, and then he got a little cute baby.
Astro Kid.
Like the Astro Kid. Like
I just-
you like him? You like Travis?
I mean, you know, he's.
Hold on, because Spitz introduced something to us. What can you put? Do you have your phone with you?
I think yeah.
Does somebody have it?
Yeah.
Can we pull up like where you listen to your music and see what you've been listening to?
Oh man, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we want it. What you listening to? What
I
you
got,
vibing out to?
Dat Piff. Let's go to Dat Piff because that's the mixtapes and that's what I've been downloading lately.
You know, Dat Piff is like gonna go in forever, like
That's
history.
like yo, if you come on, man, you got
Like with
before
Weezy?
Spinrilla and it was Dat Piff.
That's where isn't that where No Ceilings was on?
Yep.
Yeah,
It was it.
Oh, I love
Am I
that
tripping?
album.
It was. Yeah.
I love that album.
Yeah. This is.
I listen to that shit now. Like it's on like in the playlist at work.
I'm actually seeing some new stuff. I might hit the download button on right now though. Here's my library. You can check that out.
So this is what you're listening
That's
to.
what I'm listening to right now.
Also, Dej Loaf,
There's no shame here.
Waka Flocka, Jug Baby. That's just the.
Yeah.
Who's
it was
this?
Jug Baby.
Oh wait, I've
Yeah,
heard of her. I've heard
Light-skinned
of her.
Keisha.
Do you like her?
I mean, she tricked me.
She tricked.
It was.
She tricked me as well,
tricked
but
me.
continue.
It was, yeah. So we here. So, yeah, that's it. I mean, Coco Vango. I really that sauce all on me joint. I mean, when I heard it, I was like, I don't know about this. I downloaded their mixtape and
What do you think about all the dolls?
that's why I downloaded them just to see what they got going on. Like, what is this doll wave? Like, I was,
How because I'm just looking at all her music. So like, you ever like go into somebody else's phone and look at their shit? And you're just like, oh wait, I've never seen this
like,
before.
Yeah, you just like, yeah. I can raise some eyebrows because it's
Well, yeah, no, because
it's
okay,
different,
so let me
like-
show you. She has Jacquees, Asian Doll, T-Pain, Papoose, Trapway, Pastor
it's
Troy,
all over the place.
2 Chainz. 2 Chainz was in the studio with Dr. Dre today.
Yes, yeah, something's happening.
Something.
Something's
I love 2
happening.
Chainz, man. That Pretty Girls Like trap music.
Yeah, see, I ain't heard that, but I mean, I listened
You
to the
haven't
mixtape.
heard. You haven't heard
I listened to the
you
mixtape
listened-
first,
Okay.
and then it was like, all right, bet. You know the tape they put out before the album that usually. Give
Oh,
you a
but
little
this
feel.
one is but Pretty Girls Like trap music came out like 2
Yeah.
years ago or something
Yeah,
like
it's
that. I don't know. I love that album. Hold
I
on.
may have got a couple of songs off of that. I don't know.
So yeah, so she has T-Pain, who I heard. Is this like the new song that he just dropped, or that's just his project?
It may be. He has Everything Must Go, and it's like Everything Must Go Volume 2, Volume 3. So I'm not really sure. Like he just been like dropping
Yeah,
like
remember he was releasing a bunch of songs from his hard drive.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, because I heard a
that-
song on the Joe Budden podcast. I heard a song that they played of his that I really liked. So I don't know if that's already out, but I already heard it. And then you
I'm a
have,
big T-Pain fan. Actually, I like T-Pain.
bruh, but T-Pain like is a
He's-
soundtrack of our youth.
Yeah. He's definitely like, and I saw him perform for the first time like I think it was last year, and I was just like, this is why I'm here. Like
This
you know,
is
it's-
why.
yeah, like you know, I'm definitely a fan. Like
You know who I felt that way about when I saw Common perform?
yeah.
When I
Common.
saw Common perform, I was like, This is why I love you.
Yeah.
I love him.
Yeah.
I'm trying to go see Meek in February. Hopefully I get tickets for that. This is me speaking it into existence. I love concerts. I've been to so many concerts and I love them. So whenever somebody comes, that's why I'm really sad that I can't see you tonight. But because to me that's
It's
a
all
concert.
good. I'll be back.
You'll be back. You gotta come back. You gotta come back and do the tour.
Yeah.
Let me see. So you have Dedication 6.
Yeah.
You have and you also have Currency, Cardi, Anderson .Paak. How do you like Anderson .Paak?
I'm a fan.
You're a fan?
Yeah, definitely a fan.
You listen to a lot of music. This is all your library?
Mm-hmm.
This is like all that's in how Tory Lanez.
That's why I downloaded him. I was trying to figure him out because he switched up a little bit. So I was just like, wait, let me see what you got going on. But I mean, I'm liking the mixtape wave. Like I'm liking, him going and redoing the songs, like remixing everything. I don't know, like the singles don't grasp me like that though. Like, but he got the wave.
He got the wave.
He got the wave.
Yeah, no, I really like his voice and I like how he kind of like presents himself like in his music.
Yeah.
And I don't think that like when he comes and he's very confident in himself.
Right. You
which we
know
talked about
there
that being
you definitely know him on the track. Yeah.
We also talked about how that's very important about, being confident.
Right.
So to everybody who is watching and listening, what is it that you want them to get the most out of, like, I guess this experience, this conversation that we've been having?
I'll go back to my acronym and
Yes.
explain
Thank
why.
you for doing that.
That's pretty much when I step into the room, that's what I want you to know. That's what I do. To always support one another, because I feel like what you give is what you're gonna get back. I believe in karma. I'm a strong believer in that. So to support, to heal, and empower our people is the acronym. To heal, like you said, we were listening, like somebody may have needed to hear about, working your 9 to 5 and coming home and I know it may feel like, stuff ain't going the way you need to go, but it starts with the mind. So just know you can do it. And that healing will start with the mind. I can't really speak on heal like that because there's so many ways it could go. But to support, and before we empower, we gotta heal. So to support, heal, and empower our people. And that's why I'm here, man. So yeah, I hope you got something from this.
I mean, I got something. I wanted to go into a little bit of the heal and speak of a little bit on the healing, because you did bring up a very valid point of the healing yourself before you really go out to heal other people.
Right.
And that's something that I feel that a lot of people need to experience is the healing of yourself.
Right.
And sometimes for some of us it takes a little bit longer. For me, I can only speak for myself. I felt like for me right now I'm in a healing process in my life to where a lot of the scars and all of the bruises and everything that I had that were going on, the suffocation, excuse me, and then coming back for air and just like feeling like, oh my God, like now I'm doing what I love, like,
and now you can
like now I can just like
feel
now I can feel healed, like feel like really feel it.
Just don't bleed on people, yo. Like I feel like that's selfish.
That's the word.
You know what I'm saying? Like when you it's like it's almost like a pastor that know they ain't walking right. Like I was doing gospel hip hop before I actually went into doing like just hip hop. Still consider myself inspirational hip hop, but I take the religion and all of that off of it at this point, because that's at this point in my life is where I'm at. Like I'm not into religion at all. So like I feel like it's just like even when I was doing like in front of churches and stuff like that, I knew if I wasn't in my right state of mind, or I knew if I wasn't walking the way that I needed to be walking at that point to be in front of people. And I would literally say, yo, I ain't trying to perform tonight, you know what I'm saying? Maybe give a little bogus excuse, but deep down I know when I'm ready to speak, or when I'm ready to, be in front of people. And I always want to give my genuine self, but at the same time I don't ever want to bleed on people, and I don't want to give anybody advice. That's why I'm careful with writing. And like a lot of people are like, yo, you freestyle? I can freestyle, but at the same time when I write, I know like it's almost like writing a lesson plan, not saying like writing a lesson plan like a teacher writing a lesson plan to their pupils or whatever the case. Like I'm so careful with that, like, because you can't give advice to somebody, say somebody going through a breakup or something, you can't give them advice if you going through a breakup too. Because misery loves company. Y'all gonna be together. Y'all gonna be soaking in y'all pain. You know what I'm saying? Like, I try my best not to do things like that. Like, especially through my music, because I know it's a tool. So.
Exactly, because it's like you have to use your voice. And it's your voice that is going to be heard. So if your voice is broken.
If it's shaky, you know what I mean?
Shaking, if it's broken, or if in a sense it's bleeding,
right,
then how are you able to even empower anybody? Like it just doesn't make sense. And I love that you write them, because then once you look at it and you look at it into a perspective, you're just like, okay, so this maybe isn't the best thing to say.
Like you said earlier, like controversy. Like, I don't believe in putting controversy in my music to sell or to get views or to get likes. But if it's called for to teach that lesson, you know what I'm saying, then I mean, by all means, I'm gonna say what I need to say, because at the end of the day, it's music, it's expression as well. But we just have to be careful with expressing ourselves to the point where we're giving our negativity to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, meditate before you hop on that mic. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want in any way, like, I want to speak life. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I know that's what's going to come back to me by me doing, you know, by me putting that into the atmosphere. Like,
you can tell that that's what you're getting back, because if you wouldn't, then you wouldn't continue to do it. And you're doing it every Tuesday. So you're getting shameless some really plug. Yeah. You're going into the right path, especially. I love that you have that's your name, and then you also made it an acronym. I'm about to make an acronym for AuDii, because
it's lit.
That's pretty
it's
cool.
Yeah,
I love that you have the microphone on the H.
Oh yeah, on the logo.
I love shit like that. That gives me so much life. Did you come up with that yourself?
I didn't. Shout out to Shama Williams.
Shama Williams.
I Aspire, and she's got the same vision. Like, I Aspire Productions. That's what she does. Like, all of her, like, I ain't gonna say she gonna work with you if you ain't positive, but like,
she ain't gonna work with you if you ain't positive.
I mean, she's a graphic designer, so I don't think she out here turning down. Shout out to Shama, though. Shout out to Shama, man. Make sure y'all get y'all graphic design. She did like my first album, my first mixtape. She created my logo for me. Like, one of the few people that really believed in me when I first started, like, to really push myself, you know, as an artist. So, like, I definitely got mad respect for her. I grew up with her, everything. So, like,
oh, for sure.
Yeah, she made my logo. That means a lot to me.
That
like,
means a lot, especially somebody that you grew up with, because sometimes it be your own people.
Right. She ain't never switched on me. Damn,
that's awesome.
Shout out to Shamil.
For real. She'll work with you. Okay, so it's crazy, because I know that we're like getting to the time, but I like want to keep talking to you.
That's why I'm coming back.
I just want to keep talking to you. So okay, so before we wrap it up, how do you feel? Because sometimes in this industry, there's times where, like, you meet certain people that you feel like you have to absolutely work with, and then but you just get this vibe that you're just like, nah. What do you do in those times?
Sometimes you got, like, all work ain't good work, man. Sometimes trust your gut. Like, I've learned to, like, stop letting my gut down, because then I do stuff and then my gut is like,
you end up hungry.
Told you, you know. So like, I just trust your gut. Like, even if, I mean, take the info. Maybe it may have been you know what I'm saying, or whatever the case, but take the info, you know, try again. But first impressions are usually everything. So you gotta kind of put your inner fan, put that away. You know what I'm saying? Because business is business. So you just, you know, just be real with yourself in those moments. And
I feel like that's something that's very important, because okay, so we talk about it in the music industry, but let's put it into a regular everyday perspective. You have friends or you have acquaintances who are possibly not giving you the right vibe, and it's up to you to make the decision if you want these type of people around you. We were talking about this earlier with Leo, her being a Gemini, that it's just like, if your vibe ain't right, we might not be right. And I just strongly feel that. I was listening to, y'all know that Sarah Jakes Roberts is like my best friend in my head, and so I was listening to her podcast, and she said a very, very amazing quote that I have to share with you guys. Damn, and I don't got it. But I used it earlier, so I remember.
Run it across the screen.
But so pretty much what she said in the podcast was, because okay, so you know how when you're trying to lose weight, you look at the scale a lot, right? And so this is the example that she's using. So you look at the scale a lot, you use it a lot, but then, you know, from you looking at the scale too much, you're not seeing the results that you want, and you start to like lose faith in what it is that you're doing. So what you have to do is you have to put the scale away. So that's pretty much what she's, you know, I'm trying to give you guys the context of what it is that I'm trying to bring to your hearts, minds, and souls. And so pretty much somebody says in the comments like, oh, well, you know, my scale, the battery died. And then she said, oh, the battery died because you couldn't cut it off. You couldn't stop weighing yourself. So then she takes that into a whole thing of like friendships. So somebody is out here thinking that they're not friends with somebody and that they're internally beating themselves up about it. But it's just like, it's not that something happened. It's just that the battery died because you couldn't cut that person off. So I was like, oh my God, I gotta share this with I gotta share this with you guys, because sometimes we hold on to bad vibes, we hold on to grudges, we hold on to so many things, and then out of nowhere, like shit just falls apart, and it's because you did not cut it off. It could be God, it could be the universe, it could be whoever it is that you want to believe in, but it's going to happen if you don't do it yourself. That's why you have to follow your gut.
Follow that gut.
Because then because then you're in a room full of room full of vultures. You don't want to be in there. Right. You want to be in a room like, look, like
this vibe right here.
Like,
you want to be in a room with us.
I feel like warmth. I feel warmth in here. You know what I mean? And it's because it's the lights, and it's because of me as well. You know,
that vibe is here though.
And,
the vibe is here. Y'all feel it.
No, yeah, the vibe is here. I hope you guys feel the vibe. Can you please like plug the hell out of yourself?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I got it. Shameless plug right here. Make sure y'all check me out. I'm most active on Facebook, man. / T-Shep Music on Facebook. Actually, I'm most active on Instagram. I just lied like that quick.
Out here lying.
I'm sorry. Yes, I'm sorry, y'all.
Sorry,
I just talk
guys.
about being real with myself, and I just lie to y'all. I'm getting a little active on Instagram. Make sure you check me out on Instagram. It's T-Shep _NC. If y'all can't spell it, it's T-SHEP, and hit that underscore and then the NC, North Carolina, all that good stuff. Check that out, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to my YouTube. Subscribe to this YouTube as well, and then subscribe to my YouTube. It's Infamous T-Shep, or just type in # T-Shep Tuesdays. I'm dropping music every Tuesday, y'all. You hear my voice? It's going out because I'm dropping music every Tuesday. So, I mean, why wouldn't you follow me? You know, I mean, subscribe, share, hit that ding ding button at the top. So when I drop the music on Tuesday, you getting that notification. What else I got on here? I ain't gonna get my phone number out. I got a Twitter.
You gonna get weird text messages.
Yeah, I ain't getting no phone. And then make sure y'all get that right there. It's called Don't Act. It's my single. It's featuring Tigo B, and that's another North Carolina based artist.
Where can they hear that?
Y'all can hear it everywhere, man. It's on Google Play, Spotify, iTunes, Amazon. Y'all see it? Y'all see that? Can y'all see that? Is it a
yeah,
glare?
you can see it.
There's a little bit of a glare.
Yeah,
leave it without the glare.
It's on my YouTube. Yeah, I'm gonna leave.
Well, we're gonna have your information on the bio and then the Instagram and everything. I am like, okay, I'm so excited to have you here. I'm still trying not to finish, as you can see. I'm like trying to like.
We're gonna have a part 2 of this, so make sure y'all tune in, man. We gonna have to plan the next one so we can.
For sure. What's next for you? Before we close it, what's next for you?
I just did a video. Shout out to Trey Libra. He's out of Tampa. I just shot a video with him Wednesday. It's my new single. It's called Solar Plexus. With the acronym to support, heal, and empower people. That's part of the healing aspect of me. And solar plexus is, I'm gonna get into this a little bit. It's the chakras. So when you meditate, we cleaning the chakras out. So the solar plexus is pretty much the chakra that's responsible for your inner light, your creativity. Your more so your creativity. Let's just stick to that. I'm smacking the mic and stuff. But yeah, make sure we check that out. It's basically about meditating and cleansing your mind and just getting that vibe and just showing out with it. So yeah, man, that's the next single I got coming out. And like I said, Trey Lieber, he did the video. And that's actually gonna be a single off my latest album. I ain't gonna disclose too much because I got plans, and I ain't really started getting into the execution mode yet. But I do have an album I'm dropping. I don't have a specific date on it or anything, but it's
coming.
Yeah, it's coming.
If you subscribe now, then you already gonna know it's gonna come.
Know, like, I'm giving, and then on the T-Shep Tuesdays, I'm giving out I'm giving information on the T-Shep Tuesdays as well. Like some of them,
they
I'll
end
have,
with
special,
your like information.
Yeah. I have special announcements on
when you're performing. I saw
yeah,
that.
Yeah. You know,
sure.
shameless plugs. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So I mean, why not use that platform? So
of course.
I'm gonna be giving those announcements out, but I got an album coming, man, and it's gonna be crazy. Like,
I'm really excited to hear it.
It's gonna be
and
crazy.
I want to make sure that everybody, when it drops, that you guys go and listen to it. Make sure that you guys follow her Instagram, which is infamous T-Shep. I already subscribed. WTW
That's
TV.
Instagram is T-Shep.
Oh no, yeah, I was talking about the YouTube.
YouTube, yeah.
So the
follow
YouTube,
the
the YouTube is infamous T-Shep. I already subscribed to the channel. The WTW TV is already subscribed to the channel. So make sure that you guys subscribe to the channel. We'll make sure to have the link below for you guys. Shout out to everybody who's in the building: Cooley, Leo, AC, Brittany, Jarrell, Spitz, Hop. Thank you for everybody. Real quick, I knew that this was gonna be amazing from the way that Leo messaged me. She didn't say good morning or nothing. You said like great rising. I was like, you see,
I don't use that type of language.
Yeah, I was just like, I could talk to you like all day. And so I'm really excited to have had all of you guys here. I feel so blessed to have you here. I feel like everybody who was watching and everybody who was listening, you guys, I hope you guys took so much from this because this was a lot of fun for me. Y'all know I love to have conversations with people, especially when they have awesome vibes like T-Shep. So just thank you for coming from North Carolina and making this like one of your things to do. Thank you to everybody who tuned in to this week's episode of the Ambition Hour podcast. Make sure that you subscribe, like, comment, share, tell your mom, tell your cousin. This is a family show. Everybody can watch the show. My mama watched the show, so does my daddy. So hi. And shout out to my sister. Happy birthday, Stephanie. I love you. And yeah, let's turn the fuck up. Have a wonderful day, you guys. This is the Ambition Hour podcast. I'm your girl AuDii 3000, and we out. Yay.